So I think we're playing right now. Alright, our 7-5 with Menace is here. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are playing a card you probably have never seen before. It doesn't add up. 5 mana instant resurrection spell that was added in the last set and nobody knows about it because everyone is busy playing Boros. And the only drawback for this card is that the creature is suspected, so it cannot block. However, for us it's not a problem because we are reanimating none other than Lier, and if you can untap with this card, you probably won the game already. And with this reanimation effect at the end step, you nearly always untap with it. The second target is Fleshgorger, and oh boy, you are getting the 7 mana version, not the prototype. And even though it cannot block, it's not a problem, because you hit your opponent instantly after resurrecting, and you lifelink for 7. So it's even better than blocking. And this is the strategy for the deck. Other than this, we have a control shell that gives us answer against whatever opponent throws it as. And don't forget, you can use Surveillant to get Fleshgorger into the graveyard, and you can possibly reanimate it on turn 5 already. Same goes for Lier. So the deck is pretty cool. I hope you will like it. Let's go into games, and if you aren't subscribed so far, maybe this is the day. If you want to support content like this, this is the way. So guys, have fun and enjoy. Alright, we're going first. We have the Deduce and pretty nice lands. If we can get into more lands, I can see this working. And we're against control, it seems. I actually will play this. I really need those cards. I don't think he would counter it, but sometimes they might. And you don't want to risk it, especially that you are on the ropes a little bit. Like, I really needed this extra card. It also allows us to counterspell better. Alright, alright. We need to fight for those lands, it seems. 2 mana. Mastermind. Huh. Didn't expect this one. So we don't want to draw during our turn, but we can always do it at the end step, right? This way we don't activate the Mastermind passive. And I really hope we hit lands and removal. Lockdown and the land. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. We could also go with Fleshgorgers. This is probably no more lies, right? We have Memory Deluge, so I think we can go a little bit around it. Fleshgorger is okay, but it will probably get countered, I would expect. And I can Soul Partition it. It's not super best, but it's pretty expensive anyway. Small problem is the fact that if I Soul Partition it, I cannot protocol, and that means at end step of our turn he will still play it. I could Memory Deluge, but it's problematic. And he will probably pay for mana, so we all get some extra cards. I think I will let him exile my Memory Deluge. It's not the best play, but this way we at least force something. Yep. As expected, they always have it. So one of them was used. I don't think he has more. Well, he might, but this is not guaranteed. The first one was nearly guaranteed. So I think I will try to play Fleshgorgers and, you know, force him to race a bit. That should allow us, you know, to tap nicely. It seems that he really wants to draw those cards. So, first things first. Emperor. Okay. This one hit man equalized everything. Fleshgorger is kinda impressive. March is pretty good remover. So he might get one card as card advantage. We could also lockdown, but then we cannot do anything else. Alright, I think he will use it and he will draw 2 cards. But that also means... Oh, what is the big thing he can play? Emperor or something? You know what? We can just go for the lockdown. I like this play a lot. I think this is really nice. We solve one of... And this is one of the reasons I didn't super stress about killing Mastermind. Yeah, I couldn't answer before I took the card, because that was the card I wanted. Alright, I got scared that I misordered a little bit, but it's fine. And this was the reason I didn't super stress about it, because I knew I'm drawing the card that will remove it while he's tapped, so it makes things easier. I didn't expect the exiling of Lockdown, but it's kinda okay. Alright, sure. Interesting. What are those creatures? We can always Soul Partition it, but it's kinda scary. Cannot be blocked. Alright. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. I think this is okay. Because I want to keep pressuring him as much as possible. I wasn't sure if I will draw a land for Farewell. And this way we are doing something. So I can go for double Fleshgorger and try to counter their sweeper. I'm not sure if that's winning strategy, because then he plays another sweeper and I don't think I can do anything about it. He can also play Danik and slow it down. But still, it's probably the best use. Right now we pressure him quite nicely. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. The problem is that if that's a Sunfall, he can have 2 mana for a counter spell, so that might be a little bit problematic. Well, that's a weird one. Alright, you got it. You got it, my friend. I mean, paying 1 is fine. It's kind of the same as tapping Fleshgorger. Because this will get doubled with the Delnay, so that means we basically lose our whole hand. So let's see it. He still has 5 mana for Sunfall. And that's a good card for him. But he needs to have it, and he is using a lot of slots for creatures. So yeah, like, he's actually more creature deck than the control so far. And here's Raffine. Okay. That will help him a little bit. A little bit scary, to be honest. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah, this is just a creature deck so far. He cannot really raise us. Alright, he is heavily tapped. Not fully, but heavily. And 6 damage is no joke. I really would love him to remove my Fleshgorger so I can get it back. But not sure if we get there. Yeah, let's sit. Let's sit. It's getting interesting. He cannot really raise us with double Fleshgorger. One of the good things about the card. If he goes for any kind of destroy, man, can you chill with this? Holy moly, this is super annoying. Like, losing 2 cards is actually quite important. So he will leave us with it doesn't add up. That means we need to draw 2 cards. This way, it is possible we have 3 good cards. Alright. Definitely Sunfall and go for the Fraud. Because go for the Fraud hits at the end step. Or actually right now. So we kill it now, and we force reaction. He really wants to counterspell this. But he cannot. Alright, we saved our hand. That was really scary. I have to say, Delnay and the bat are kinda extremely irritating. Because they basically remove all of the removal from your hand. I am kinda surprised that he went with this play. That's interesting. I'll actually attack with everything. One of the reasons is that if I lose a creature right now, it isn't exiled, and that's good for future. Because I can use it doesn't adapt to just kill him. He's at 7. He will get some damage, right? He can only block one of them. And that's an injury. We want to Sunfall, so I will take damage here. It's better for us. Alright. That's a weird play, but it's a good play. And now we Sunfall. And let's play this. Alright. And we have one Fleshgorger in the graveyard, which is great. And also a 4/4, so we can attack. So if we can, you know, stabilize for a second, we can make some really good end step plays. Just, you know, basically plays that will kill him on spot. And he cannot use any Sunfalls and Farewells to kill it. It's also hard to block because of the menace. Alright, the bird. But we are at 28. Man, the lifelink is kinda insane. I think I was at 14, like on turn 6 or 5, and now we are at 28. That's kinda insane. Alright, we will see the draw. Even if he gets the draw, we will see exactly what it is. Well, he doesn't want the cut down, that's for sure. Alright, let's activate it. Try to pressure. I wonder if he will block or take the hit. I wonder. And the question, do we go for it doesn't adapt during our turn to make sure that he doesn't counter it? Or I didn't see a sweeper so far, and he plays so many creatures that it is possible they don't have it. They don't have sweepers. So I think we're playing right now. Alright, our 7/5 with Menace is here. And we also make sure that our next draw is good. Well, this is a good card. I'll take it. This is a good card. Alright. Even, like, he cannot even target Fleshgorger with any removal, so even if he draws any kind of removal, they simply cannot target it because, you know, they need to pay 7 life and they have 6. They need 2 creatures and they need to block with both of them, and Get Lost will prevent it. So I think they're dead, man. I actually think they're dead. They can use one bird. One bird. Yeah, I think we force them to use the bird, right? And they go to 4. They can use the map tokens, but they won't be able to draw anything with them. Not on their turn. And that's probably the only turn they will have. We'll see. They might still survive in some ways, but we have a lot of pressure, man. Oh, alright, right. For a moment I thought, man, they don't have 2 creatures, but yeah, they have this. It's highlighted. Alright, and ordering doesn't really matter. So I mean, we kill a lot and we still deal a lot of damage. So our opponent is kinda in the worse position than before. We cannot exile artifacts. Do I want to go for Wedding and Ask? I honestly do. It's super aggressive. Aklazot might be a problem. I still think it's okay. It prevents one of the blockers, and I mean 2 blockers in total, so that's a big difference. Especially when you have a creature with Menace, and Aklazot comes into play tapped, and guys, that was it! The Fleshgorger in full form was enough to absolutely overpower them. Oh boy, so you put 2 Mirexes in your deck. Here you go. Alright. What the hell, man? Oh man, this is such a weird hand, but you know what? I have quick study. I'm on the draw. I should be able to draw a 1 land, and then with quick study we should draw the rest. Of course, our opponent is still here, playing 1 mana creatures. Because how could you enjoy this game if you didn't play 1 mana creature and try to end the game by turn 3? Like, this is how you enjoy the game, you know? It's so baffling to me, but of course, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. It's super fun. So, I really think we go with the Mirex right now. We have all the colors, we don't need double. So, I think we kinda go like this, right? We can go March, we can go for the throw. They might play an artifact, you know, a creature that creates artifact. Alright. Cool. So this is Knight of Eos. Man, it would be such a shame if something died and you suddenly don't have this. They will play a land, so it's still fine. They will get the value if they have perfect draw. Oh my god, they didn't have a... Well, they had perfect draw, but we made sure it's not perfect anymore. Oh, this is horrible. How could I do it? Well, this is cool, but we don't mind it in the graveyard, and it's kinda slow when we are on the draw. So we need to, you know, amplify it, because we need to get to Sunfall very quickly. Sure. Go for it, my champion. Frontliner. Sure. So, we will definitely play a land for the turn, and we could go for the quick study, while keeping the March. We don't have any white cards except Sunfall. I will mute him because I know what happens. So we cannot really stay on 1 mana hoping that we'll get the value. It could be the Deduce, right? Because we really need to hit the land for the turn. Yeah, I think we go from here. Alright, that's fine. That is fine. I could actually go with the Fleshgorger. However, I need to play Mirex. You know what? Fleshgorger is kinda okay, but then we might not hit a land. We might not hit the land. The mana colors aren't very great for us. So I think we just keep the March. We cannot exile the Recruiter, but they also don't have the mana for it. Instantly he draws the 3rd mana for the Recruiter. Alright, Anim Pakar. This is the card we don't super mind, to be absolutely honest. So we get quite a lot of damage here. You know what? I think we can go like this. This will prevent what? 2 damage. Is 2 damage even worth it? We will be super tapped out. Yeah, we have Lier, so we should get those marches back. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. This way we prevent the frontliner attack and also the, you know, +1/+1. Especially that he has this, so it's already a little bit more damage than I would want to see here. And here's your sample. So let's see. This should be Recruiter into 1-drop if they have perfect draw. They need to draw a land though. Alright. I see. I see. I really want the Fleshgorger here, but not now, but on the next turn. So I think we play like this. Oh boy, it's not a bad card. But 1 should be enough. I really think 1 should be enough, especially that we can resurrect more. So we should be fine here. I could also play a mini one. It's not the worst. Oh, nice. They scooped. I absolutely love it, because they're scooping because they don't have pressure. They probably, if they didn't play Recruiter, it is possible they don't have it in the hand. And they're super behind and we have a 6-6. So they know they will most likely lose. And I'll take my win. Alright guys, on the draw against Boros, do you need to know more? We will play Raffine Tower, but you know, turn 1 land is a little bit slow, so I'm a little bit scared about it. Let's see if they go for Gleeful Demolition and Warden. The correct is to tap this, play Gleeful Demolition, get 3 creatures, tap them, and win the game from there. Let's see if they have it. They don't. I definitely want to play the Sewers, and I definitely need to hit a land. Being on the draw always sucks a little bit, especially if you don't have too many lands. Like, we overdrew our Memory Deluges by far. Like, if those were lands, we would be absolutely fine with it. We also don't have white cards, so we cannot exile anything for much. I can only target this in case they use Gleeful Demolition. It's interesting they went for attack. What is the play? So they have Resolute Reinforcements. That's a 3rd Memory Deluge. And 2 lands. On the draw. I mean, sometimes the Shuffler stacks game in such a direction that you feel that you are supposed to lose instantly, and we will. After this, we will lose. I don't think you can recover from being so bad at Magic and, you know, not drawing correct cards for first 3 turns. And this is what aggro does the best, punish players for not being lucky in first 7 cards. Alright, cool. So they won't tap those 3 creatures because they will, unless they're super desperate. They really will? Okay, because they're losing 3 damage and they're gaining 1. Normally, aggro players don't play like this. But sure, I don't mind, it's actually good for us. And I think we will go with the March right now. Because it's more mana efficient on a 1-drop, and Go for the Throat can kill, you know, any kind of drop, basically. But, I mean, it all won't matter if we don't hit lands. So let's see. Am I good at Magic? No. The answer is no. Oh boy. With Lockdown, if we hit the right land, we can absolutely win. We get 8 damage this turn, probably. 8 to... no, sorry, 10, because, you know, there are 5 creatures and each of them has 2 attack. What? Why aren't you playing Recruiter? This guy plays very strange. Let's see if it matters. If I hit a land, I probably will win this, right? Okay, that's a slow one. So no point in killing creatures. If I don't draw a land, I will lose. That's a wrong land. Alright, cool. That's great. So I can mitigate a little bit of damage, but we are probably dead with this draw. Okay, that's a Veteran. And that's an Inspector. He should play it in opposite order. He should play Inspector, get the Crew, and possibly get a 2-drop. You don't care about the life gain with Veteran, so it makes not much sense, but I'll take it. Fleshgorger is doing a lot of work, man. Wrong land, bad at Magic. Oh my god. Well, that's fun. Our opponent just keeps playing random cards, random creatures, and he keeps attacking, and that will be enough to win the game. Because we cannot draw double white. Last chance, man. I need to draw white land. And I won't. I think there's still a chance, right? Because I can mitigate what? No, I cannot. I think he will kill me by like 1 or something. This is also 3-drop, so right now Lockdown doesn't work anymore. Man, that's so cool. And that will be exactly 4 damage. I mean, it's almost like if you don't draw your lands, you are forced to lose. We will definitely take counterspell. Counterspells are pretty good. Not sure how we will win this. So our opponent is trying to surveil what exactly we have. Here's your honk for the day, in case you have seen too many aggro decks on your ladder. to cheer you up a little bit. Because, man, it's just aggro in this deck. Analyst. Alright, super aggressive play. I'm kinda surprised that they went with this. I mean, our job is to punish it, right? However, I think we can punish it later. Because they won't have 4 mana. They might play Nissa. I'm not really sure. On the draw we don't really have choices for whole early game because we have like 1 spell. Here's Nissa. So far his draw is kinda perfect. He played a land, alright. Not really sure what we do exactly. We kill one of the creatures, but which one? I mean, we probably kill both, right? I definitely need to kill this. It's so much value. Like, he already hit 3 lands. Man, that's actually insane that he hit, you know, so many already. And it has to be Get Lost. So 4 mana play is what? Potentially another Nissa into double land, which is really bad. So if he plays a tap land, he will get to 4 mana. Yeah, I think we just Get Lost right now. It's not perfect, but, you know, on the draw nothing is perfect. So let's see it. This way, if he has only tap land, he cannot play a 4-drop and that will slow him down. So let's see it. Alright, drawing cards. Spelunking is kinda nice with this deck. It gives you so much acceleration. So take off the turn 3 play, but later, man, you get so much. So this will come untapped. However, on this turn it doesn't really matter. So, you know, I think we can counter a lot of his spells. What is this? Oh, Virtue. Or a land. Alright, he can play too. Alright, so what do we go for? Definitely Disruption Protocol is on the table. And so this will fit all of our colors. 2 counter spells and a dream. We need to get him out of the value and we need to get to 7 mana, play Fleshgorger and try to kill him. If he ill-timed explosion us, we probably will resurrect it and try to kill it again. Like, kill him again. Sure, go for it. My champion. He did this just for the blood token. It's not the worst, but he basically invested 1 card and 2nd card to draw 1. And he tapped a lot of mana. So I think we should be able to disrupt him fully, and then he will be in full top deck mode. So I mean, let's see it. Let's see it. So is it Deduce or a Mirex and try to play from there? Mirex is super tempting, man. But I just cannot imagine we will have so much time. Man, I'm not sure, but I really don't feel like we'll have so much time. And let's use all the mana while we can. I need a lot of card advantage. Alright, we have Lier potentially. That's not nothing, but kinda slow. I think we go for small Fleshgorger. Let's tap manually. I want to make sure that the mana is right. Because we have a counter spell while we have an artifact. And that's pretty cool interaction as well. Because this costs 2 mana if you have an artifact, and this, while it has summoning sickness, it can still tap for paying costs. Nah. He still can cast it again, so it might cost us the 2nd counter spell, not perfect. But we are slowing him down. If he doesn't draw a 2nd Memory Deluge, we should be absolutely fine here. And let's start. We have a long way to go, man. A long way to go. And we won't be able to cast our Memory Deluge. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use Mirex if he's smart. And he should be, because this is an easy play. Never mind. Never mind. That was a very bad play. He should never do it. Alright, I hope we have him on the ropes a little bit. So, okay, we definitely attack, and then we need to make a decision. Is that Lier? So if that's ill-timed explosion, Lier is not great, but he kinda needs to stop drawing cards then, and he might not hit cards that have converted mana cost of 4. I think it's worth the risk. Also, he will go to the graveyard, right? And if we can untap, we will get a very nice value. Spells cannot be countered, so, you know, something worthwhile to keep in mind. But we don't have counter spells, so it doesn't matter for us. Alright. And maybe our opponent doesn't know about it, you know? Like, Lier is not the card you see a lot, so maybe they forgot. Maybe they forgot. I will keep the March, probably. Will I keep the March? Probably. It can hit Virtues and stuff, so I think I want the card. Yep. They cannot prevent the Lier, and the value is here. We also have Memory Deluge. Man, we did it! It was close. Double countering Memory Deluge was the key to winning this matchup. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. That was something very different than the usual control decks we are playing. And we went Esper for this because I really thought that we kinda need those sweepers. We need a little bit more time to set up our play. So yeah, that kinda works. And Fleshgorger with Lockdown is a very good combination. Because you just kill everything that isn't a 3-drop, and your 3-drop is probably better. Especially that your opponent wants to be aggressive, so they keep attacking you. And then you can hit their face and lifelink, and in the end they are losing life and you aren't. Other than this, we have this Lier, and man, Lier, I kinda miss playing with this card. I try to make the build so we have as many targets for Lier as possible. Normally we don't play Deduce, we don't play Quick Study, and you know, we don't also use too many counter spells here because the counter spells are not very good synergy. We just play a few so we can get, you know, the control over key turns. However, the rest of the cards can be played by Lier from the graveyard at multiple targets. With Void Rend you always hit something, and casting even a single Deduce can get you so much ahead that you start chaining the rest of the deck. So even if you get single card from Lier, it's very often good enough. And the fun part is that if you have 7 mana, you can cast it at the end step, and instantly while you have Lier already cast Deduce. So you can guarantee the value, and if you played Lier ever, you know that the hardest part is surviving with this card until next turn, so you can untap and, you know, just roll with the value. And yeah, that's kind of the interaction I really enjoyed. For the shell of the deck, you kind of know the drill. It's like a standard control because we need to still, you know, survive, control your opponent. However, we are much more aggressive, especially with the big Fleshgorger. 7/5 is something they really don't like, and the fact that it's even hard to target with anything like March. A lot of Azorius decks run March as a removal. It's so hard to get hit by this. Not only you pay 8 mana, but you also need to pay 7 life, so it's nearly unkillable. The second most popular destroy effect, Go for the Throat, also doesn't hit it. So the card is way more resilient, and you have seen that some of the decks just simply scoop to this. They just don't have the card that answers it, and it kills so quickly that they don't have a lot of choices. And yeah, I mean, the deck is interesting. Is it super better than the classic control for Esper that we have showcased already? Probably not, to be absolutely honest with you, but I think this is an interesting twist you probably have never seen before, and it still has pretty solid merit because Lier is an incredibly powerful card. Probably the only reason we don't see it is how aggressive everything is. Like 5 mana, you should win the game 2 turns ago. Man, this is where we are. So that's probably one of the big reasons. So I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the weird stuff we are coming with so we can keep standard fresh. And yeah, that's kinda it for today. See you guys tomorrow.